Next up is Sshfs, and most of you won't care about this, but I'm going to show you why I have it, along with a couple other things. I've closed all my editors and stuff. I'm going to quickly, what do we do? I'm just going to close a ton of these. I'm going to close them all, actually. Okay, so I've got this up. What I'm going to do is I'm going to code CSHRC. Just bring this up over here. And what I'm trying to show you is, well, two things. One is going to be color SSH. And really what this is doing is, you'll see here that basically I am, well, if you look into it, basically I'm taking SSH and I'm replacing it with a new command, which is going to be this one up here, this function I have here. And what this is going to do is, and this is going to be pretty specific to my terminal, but if I SSH into some server, it is going to, if I have tabs up, which I didn't, let me just disconnect. You'll see how the tab is now black, and if I SSH in, it turns green. This makes it very, very obvious that I'm in another computer, that I'm on another system. This is a storage server that I have on my local network, and I have it stuck here so that I can access files, I can back up different videos, anything I need to do like that. So I have some hard drives in a RAID on there, and I basically just rsync stuff to it generally. But occasionally I want to SSH in or whatever. And that's, why I have this server set up, and that's how that color SSH works. I'm doing SSHFS because this is going to let me basically mount a directory as if it was a directory on my computer, so that if I am, say, doing let's just say I'm working on notes or something like that, and just notes for a new course or an outline. Sometimes what I'll do is I'll just take and I'll create a private GitHub repo or something like that, and I'll sync the files back and forth that way. Other times, and especially before GitHub had like the free tier back, what I would do is I would just open up a file on my server, and I'm almost always working from my house, so I can just go ahead and use it like it's a local file. So it's up to you, and other times it's just nice to be able to navigate in your terminal as if that file is local. So this is just like a nicety. It's not something you absolutely have to have, but it can be nice. I think all I need is this download link, and we get the package and we install it. I don't think we actually need to go through any of the other stuff. So I'm just going to install this, and then hopefully I'll be able to mount it and show you. So, finally we have mount server. It's kind of up to you. Where do we have this here? Well, let me just do this first. So I apparently don't have this library loaded. So I need to figure out why that's not the case, or why that is the case. Oh, I probably didn't install Fuse. What do I have here? All right, so this is where I'm going to get Fuse. We're going to download this. And I need to get the package, if I can find what I want. Well, that should be fine. So I didn't install this before. Basically, I forgot that this SSHFS version I'm running is reliant on having Fuse, so I need to install both. So hopefully this will work correctly. And we can move this to trash. All right, so there we go. So now I can do mount server. And there's no such file directory. Oh, I need to make dir mount. So inside of my root directory, I just generally have a mount directory, and now I can mount the server. Apparently I need to make both. I forgot that I had to do that. All right, so now it should be up. So now if I go into storage, you'll see here that both my wife and I have folders in the storage server, and I can start digging through them and pretending like I'm not actually on a remote server. And since it's on the local network, it's pretty fast with that stuff. The last thing I want to show, if you're interested in it, is Automator. And this is part of the reason why I have this mount server written the way it is. You'll see that I can do mount server here, and it'll say already mounted, and it'll fail or just stop. If you want, you can set up an Automator script that will connect automatically. If I can get here. So you can do like file new. And basically you're going to set up a script or something. I forget. I don't remember how to do this, to be honest. I don't use Automator like ever. Automator startup script. So we can look here, start Automator, select application. Click choose. And then I want to run a shell script. So that'd be over here. And then in here, I'd basically just paste my shell script. So I'd do something like I could source it. I don't know if that makes sense. Might just be easier to put the whole function here and then just do mount server. And this might be something like Sshfs or like mount. Was it app? I'm gonna resave. Something like that. And we'll say okay, we'll run it. You'll see that it ran complete successfully. All right, so now that we have it, we would go to system preferences, and then we would go to account. Accounts, is it users and groups, I think. And here you can go to login items and you can add something. You can basically say, I want you to run this Automator script. Add it here and run it in there. So one warning I want to give you if you're going to go this route is that this will cause your computer to kind of hang whenever you're first booting if it can't connect to the remote storage server. It's something that'll throw you off if you're doing something like that. So make sure if you have scripts like this that, you know, if you're doing it, that you're aware of that and that you can at least work with it. I generally just leave it on because my desktop is almost always set up around my storage server, so that's fine. Excuse me. But for most people, that's not what they would want, so I wouldn't really recommend it. So, you know, it's kind of up to you as to what you think makes the most sense. Okay, so I think that's it for this stuff here.